Well, hello, it's been a while, hasn't it? You may be wondering where I've been, and it's not actually where I've been, it's where you've been. You being the camera, in this case. The camera, for over a month now, has been having a bit of an overhaul. It had a little bit of a breakdown, and it kind of lost its marbles a little bit. And it's now feeling a lot better. Just before I go on, a lot of people have been asking about auditions and what you have to do for them, so let me just reiterate this. All you need to do is read one of our scripts on the auditions page on the website, which is bestwishes.co.nr/auditions, and that will give you information and scripts. And all you need to do is select a script that you find works for you. You won't necessarily get that character, and you can either audition for a main part, in which case you'll get one of the main parts, or you can audition for just a web-based role. The thing I'd say is that a lot of people are asking, well, there's two people in the script, don't I need another person? And you do and you don't. You can do it by yourself, you can just read it and then leave a gap, or you can read both parts. If you're feeling particularly clever, you can split screen it and have yourself in shot twice. So we'll be impressed by your filmmaking skills, but we'll still be judging on the acting. So yeah, or you can just leave a gap, or you can get someone else to do it for you, or you can, record one half and do it as a voiceover. I really don't mind. All that we care about is hearing you act, and the thing about auditions is that the actual particular practice of how it is done is completely irrelevant. What really matters is your interpretation of the character and your ability to say the lines clearly and get the meaning across, and that's all we're looking for. I'll get back to the main point of this video now. Meanwhile, there has been a lot of news. One, very important, mightily important, vitally important. We have permission from John, and presumably Hank, although that's not explicitly stated, to use Hank's music and also vlogs from the Brotherhood 2.0 project. There are a couple of other permissions that we're still looking for, and hopefully we will get, but there are plenty of time for that yet. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed, whether on YouTube or added yourselves on Twitter, or whatever. And thank you to all of you who've done auditions of any kind. We're getting a steady trickle of them in now, but it is a trickle, and we want a flood. So do kind of get the message out and see whether we can sort of expand the number coming in. That said, thank you to everyone who has auditioned. They have been brilliant fun. Particularly the ones that are the failed auditioned vlogs, which have been entertaining to watch, which is good news because hopefully they'll be entertaining in the film. And of course we have the one main audition we've got, which has been excellent. Was a very good audition, very, very strong audition, and have now met up with that young lady. Link somewhere around, I'm sure. So hopefully we have a cast member there. In terms of the rest of the cast members, I'm going to start at this point looking into what people I know. Grammar, Stephen. Looking into the people I already know for certain parts, just because that's expedient in terms of getting the movie made. That said, I don't think we're going to have a big problem here. As long as things kind of push forward, I am fairly confident that we can get everything we need. And one of the reasons I'm feeling confident about that is that we are starting to talk to some more sort of major nerd fightery people on YouTube. Obviously there's the John email, but also there's been a little bit of discussion with some others, and I won't tell you all of the people we've said, because not all of them has been publicly announced that we're talking to them, but Alex and Charlie have already been publicly announced by Steve, who very kindly met up with them and gave them a sort of a pamphlet thing that we'd produced. Actually, I'd already talked to them at somewhere in the city, but it was nice just to have that continuity. So do keep pestering YouTube celebrities, that would be excellent, just to get them, persuade them that this is a worthwhile project, because basically people do seem to be interested, but they want to see how it goes before they get involved, and we don't want to get caught in this trap of we're waiting for them and they're waiting for us. So we've just got to go for it. So thank you very much to everyone who's gone for it in whatever capacity you have gone for it. Which brings me to the last thing. I think I'm probably missing out a horrible number of things like script rewrites and work that people have put in, and we have looked into various things such as locations and that kind of thing. But I'm not gonna go into that in too much detail today because it's still very early, and I still would like to keep going a little bit more before we kind of announce those details. But suffice to say, they are being looked into, and that is the sort of thing that I am doing when I am not here. But the last thing I do want to talk about is, of course, the gathering we had in Birmingham, which was, in terms of any Nerdfighter gathering in Britain, was a big success. What impressed me is that we got the similar kind of numbers as you'd expect in a gathering in London for a non-famous person organised event, which may not seem many to to you guys, but believe me, it is good. And you can see videos that other people made. I didn't have this camera, unfortunately. There are some videos that have been made and will be in the down bar, as it seems to now be called. I quite like doobly-doo down bar, whatever you want to call it. They are there, down there, and it went really well. I'll give you a brief summary of what we did. We started with meeting by the bull ring, which is a big bronze statue. And then we walked up one street and walked back again, and that was pretty much it. We were kind of hoping for the fake beach that is sometimes there in Birmingham, and there wasn't a fake beach, and I think everyone was a little bit sad about that. Now, of course, Nerdfighter notes are an important thing. Everyone should do Nerdfighter notes at a Nerdfighter gathering, and we did try. We really did try. We really did. But there aren't that many John Green books around in the sort of places where what I live in it. In fact, there were no John Green books in the entirety of Waterstone. We did find one Maureen Johnson book, and we did put a Nerdfighter note in it, or more specifically, a card for the Guide to Nerdfighting. It's still in its young stages, much like we are, but it's a lovely project, and I'd heartily recommend it. And we had some pizza, and it was very nice. And we sang, and the waitress looked a little bit confused, but was amused nonetheless, and we talked of many things, but we talked quite a lot of the film. Then we went out on the steps and we read the script together. Not all of it, the ending is still a mystery even to those who came, and I am going to be providing some footage of that on this channel. But yeah, obviously I'm not going to put the whole thing up here, and it is only an early draft of the script. The script is still going to change. In fact, I've been working on that tonight. So yeah, that's everything. Stay tuned, stay involved, keep auditioning, get your friends to audition, and keep getting more people involved, because this project is going places, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, goodbye.